Hey, you guys, welcome to the interview. Today we have Cory. Last week we interviewed his little brother Josh. Now we got Cory today. So first of all, I want to thank you for doing this. I really appreciate it, Cory.
Pleasure's mine, buddy. Pleasure's mine.
So yeah, the first thing I asked was, how did you get started in all this?
Uh, in all of this, well, what are we talking about? Getting started into being a wrestling fan, getting into wrestling, or getting into talking about wrestling? Because there's a little bit of each.
uh, your brother told me that all three of you were independent wrestlers.
We were, we were. We had this long-standing love of wrestling since we were young. Our granddad got us into going to some shows and things of that
Okay.
nature, and that did not hurt matters. So we just kind of got more excited and more excited about it. And then we also had a mother that told us, "Hey, I don't want to watch any of that wrestling." So it was like, "That's okay. Mom's got to go to bed sometime." And then we watched it anyways. Um,
I did the
and
same thing.
yeah, yeah.
I did the same.
And then you fast forward to years later, and we our other brother Dustin and I had actually looked into going into wrestling. We had actually each contacted the Monster Factory, but that was quite a journey from what we were accustomed to being here in the Midwest. And then so that kind of got put on the back burner. You fast forward years later, and Dustin knew somebody who knew somebody who knew someone who was training, and then he trained.
Okay.
Um, and then Josh is like, "Ooh, me too, me too." And then I couldn't stand by and watch younger brothers do something that I wanted to do as well. So I was like, fine, let's go. And we did that for about a decade or more around the Midwest on the independent scene.
Yeah,
So
that's what I heard.
yeah, it
So
was quite an adventure. Didn't make any money at it, but it was an
I
adventure.
didn't make any money out of it. Oh, shucks. So what was your wrestling in ring name?
Mine was Vin Cross. So
All right.
VIN, like Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
Only I was nowhere near as big, and I had some more hair. Um,
Okay. Okay.
but yeah, it actually, for the longest time, I've got um, my grandfather and grandmother that helped raise me. They're
Mhm.
pastors of a church, and we're pretty devout Christians.
Yeah.
And even though we've not always, done the Christian thing, um,
Of course.
but but being Christian, I was like, ooh, I know, I want to do something with the last name Cross, and I
Okay.
couldn't come up with a first name. I couldn't come up with a first name. And the day of my first match, the guy that trained me was like, um, "I just watched Fast and the Furious. You're Vin."
Oh,
Okay,
are you serious?
yeah, yeah.
Wow.
He's like, "Vin, it is. Let's go."
Okay. Hey,
So that's what it was.
so when I talked to Josh told me that he liked AEW way more better than WWE. What about you?
Oh yeah. I like them both, but for different reasons.
Okay.
Um, I've been a WWE guy for decades and decades. Um, but I also grew up on um, old NWA, Mid Atlantic NWA, which then became WCW,
Yeah.
and loved a lot of that. And we're talking Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair and the Horsemen and Barry Windham and all that good jazz. So when AEW formed, then I saw some of the stuff that Cody Rhodes was interjecting in there, and that had and brought on Tony Schiavone, a voice that I was familiar with, and I was like, ooh, that's kind of interesting. So that kind of hit a little sweet spot. Now, I don't have as much history with AEW as I would with the WWE. One, they haven't been around nearly as long as each other.
Oh yeah.
But I also had life get in the way with kids and jobs and everything else, and I kind of fell off of watching wrestling for about a decade, and then fast forward to a little over a year and a half ago, and I started trying to dabble a little bit here and there, watching a little YouTube here and there, trying to pick up on what's happening. And then the brothers called and they're like, hey, we've just been sitting here on the phone talking about wrestling for the last 2 hours. What if we just recorded this? I don't know. That sounds all right. Let's do that. And cool. So we did that, and
that's how you got started in YouTube.
That's how that started.
But did you think that this would go anywhere? Like how it?
I thought it was going to be, as far as the videos and whatnot, I thought it was just going to be just a fun thing that I got to do with the brothers.
Yeah.
And then if some people were watching and we got like 2 or 3 people that were interested and want to see it or reach out and give us a thumbs up, then cool. Well, then, we got, all of a sudden we started doing these games of Guess the Wrestler, and next thing you know, people started paying attention, and they're like, oh,
yes, they did.
This is kind of interesting. We had for the longest time, so Dustin's in South Carolina, so he's not in the same place, but Josh and I will meet up for like Sunday dinners at our mom's. Okay. And next thing you know, we'll be sitting there talking wrestling, and we've got like 3 or 4 people just sitting around the table, and they're just sitting there listening to us, and we're just babbling on. We're just going on and arguing with each other and talking over each other, and people are just like, and so I guess it kind of works.
Yeah, so I asked your brother, which era did he like? What kind of era? Did you like the Attitude Era or the PG era or the?
Ooh. So, I was really big into, really got on board watching when you're talking around shortly after WrestleMania, the original WrestleMania, the first one.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I remember wishing that I could go see the WrestleMania 2, because they were going to have Hulk Hogan against King Kong Bundy in a steel cage, and Hogan was my guy. Then you get to WrestleMania 3. By the time WrestleMania 3 showed up, I was over Hogan, and Macho Man was the dude.
Okay.
And my dad and Dustin and I got a chance to go up to the main capital here in Iowa, Des Moines, and we got to watch WrestleMania live on closed caption with a couple thousand other fans. And from that point, I was hooked. Watched WWE or WWF at the time, pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
Grandpa and Grandma had cable. Then I was able to catch some of the NWA on TBS with Wrestling Saturday Night and things of that nature.
Okay.
Catch the Horsemen in them. Got really big onto that. Then you fast forward to where it got to the new generation. And then I kind of phased in and out for a couple years. But then by college time, you're talking Raw and Nitro had just started, and then the Monday Night Wars and Attitude Era kicked in, and And I was like, I was at college, so it was like, okay, I've got this group of friends of mine that like it. I got my brother that's going to be coming to school here soon who likes it. We're just going to have Monday night parties every Monday night, and we'd watch
Wow.
all the first hour of Nitro. Then we got to watch all of Raw, and then we watched the second hour of the Nitro replay. So we
Oh
watched
yeah,
all
yeah,
of
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, and so that was our thing for 2-3 years there, and yeah.
So yeah, so going back to the Monday Night Wars thing, and I asked Josh the same question. Do you think it was a mistake of WCW not letting DX into that build?
Oh, highly debated. Highly debated. I'm
Yeah,
telling
it
you.
is.
Man, I don't know. I think the fact that they shut the doors on them may have I don't know, may have hurt them, but I can't imagine what would have happened if they hadn't shut
Yeah,
the doors.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, if they had let the doors open with the camera crews
Oh,
right
that
before,
would have been.
oh,
It would have been just.
forget about it. Which show you gonna watch at that point in time? Ugh.
Yeah, it's like, what could have been? What could have been?
Yeah, yeah. I do that sometimes. I've asked the brothers, hey, what do you think if we discuss how you would have fantasy booked the invasion angle?
Yeah.
And they're like, I think that's gonna be too much for us. And as I get to thinking about it, with us brothers talking over each other and arguing about
Yeah.
the little minutia details, yeah, that would probably be too much of a video for us.
But later on we did get the invasion angle in WWF,
Yeah,
but it was like watered down. It was only the three main NWO guys that came into WWF.
true, true.
So how did you think about that?
I was sorely disappointed about how the invasion angle played out. Um, as much as I would have liked to see, Sting and
Yeah.
DDP and
Oh
all
yeah.
them come rolling in right there at the beginning instead
Mhm.
of having the few guys that they did have.
Yeah.
I understand the fact that so many of those guys were under guaranteed contracts
Oh
with
yeah.
Time
They were.
Warner that Vince was not willing to buy out.
No.
Um,
No.
and
Oh.
and I mean he didn't he has and has had for quite some time a vast amount of resources, but yeah, Time Warner, yeah, they were just throwing money at guys. So you know, made the best out of what they could do. But yeah, that's what we get to talk about afterwards, right?
Yeah. You do. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
right. But for me, I was kind of confused when I saw
Hmm.
Shane McMahon on
Oh,
Nitro.
totally.
I'm like,
Totally. I mean, to have been a fly on the wall when Shane walked in the
yeah,
door would have been entertaining. But to tell you, when I was at college that night that we had people over. Actually, it might have been after college, but we still had people over.
mhm,
But that night, when we're on one channel and Shane comes out, and then we're like, what? And we're flipping over to the other channel, flipping back to
yeah,
this channel. What's going on?
right,
Everybody was freaking out.
man. Or right now, go right now. That, do you believe that R-Truth, the storyline for R-Truth, was that a storyline or was that real? Did he really get fired or get released?
Excuse me. Great question. I think personally that it was something that was a real decision that they decided
Mm-hmm.
in the heat of the moment. And then they did not recognize the backlash that was going to happen.
Yeah.
I think they made the decision to bring him back on board and continue the Ron Killings angle very quickly. I think they decided that within 24 hours, while the rest of us were like hanging for a week or so.
Yeah.
They had already made that decision, that because I think they saw the backlash so fast. Um, I would, and the thing that leads me down that path is the fact that he has been able to negotiate the new name and the new attitude and everything. And so once he's able to have the Ron Killings,
Mm-hmm.
the second that he's no longer under contract, he gets to take that Ron Killings that he's built in the WWE now elsewhere. And so I think that's the thing that leads me down the, yeah, he was really let go, but they brought him back on really fast. That's what I think. But it's exciting.
Yeah. That was. But did you realize when he interfered in that match, that was our truth?
Yeah, I caught it. I don't know if I caught it when the brothers caught it. So we were doing a live stream of the show,
Yeah.
and the second someone was running in, and I'm starting to go through my head. I can't think of anybody that is supposed to be interrupting or
Yeah.
jumping in on this match or interjecting. Who's interfering in this? And
Yeah.
it's not Punk. It's not wrong. What's going on? And then all of a sudden I started seeing the arms pulling the sleeves up, and I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
oh, that's truth. And as soon as he took the hood down, then man, it was
Yeah.
like
He got
it's
a big.
on.
Yeah. He got a big pop.
I agree. And it's nothing but exciting to see what they're doing with that. I would. I don't know if I'd like to see him interject more frequently, or just, I don't know, maybe have somebody else. They're kind of teasing this little bit with Aleister Black, which would be a
Yeah.
great match.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know if that's so much for them to try and wrap up what our truth is doing with Cena, or
Mm-hmm.
it's just a, hey, let's keep him busy for a little while and keep him on TV and do something with Alistair while we finish up whatever we're doing
Yeah.
with Cena right now. I can't imagine what it's like for Triple H and those guys to be juggling all these different storylines
Oh
left
yeah.
and right. And
But do you think the WWE will maybe give Ron Killing one last run with the belt?
I don't know. But I've also got Josh yapping in my ear telling me that he wants Cena to take that belt home with him at the end of the year. And so I don't know if it's what I think is going to happen, or if it's just Josh keeps drilling that into my head. So
Yeah.
who knows?
You were talking about that in our interview too. I was like, I don't know.
He's committed.
Yeah, he is committed on that. So I'm like, okay.
Right?
But yeah, so what do you think about the heel turn of John?
So here's my hot take on John doing the heel turn. One, I didn't like it. Two, I didn't like the fact that it wasn't going back to the Thugonomics thing, which I would have found entertaining.
Oh yeah.
But I gotta give him credit, because I think that the way he's doing this heel turn is taking that away from me. So that's what I'm also bitter about. I'm not I'm bitter that he attacked Cody, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
also bitter that if he's going to turn heel, he's not giving me the heel that I want. He's giving me the heel that's making me mad at him, which is doing a great job of being a heel. So I'm also a little bitter about the fact that I think I just got worked because I think he got me on it.
True. True.
So I don't know. I think he's doing a good job. His reverse pipe bomb
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
CM Punk, that was gold. His expressions when CM Punk came out and did the Doctor of Punkonomics on him,
Yeah. Yeah.
that was priceless.
That was hilarious.
It's making for must see.
Yeah.
Gotta
It
watch
is.
it. Gotta
It
watch it.
is. So going back to the Attitude Era, were you a NWO guy? Were you a DX guy?
Oof. I was a DX guy.
Uh,
Because man, all on that attitude, Stone Cold coming
oh
out,
yeah,
and that
Stone
really
Cold.
hit.
Yeah.
When the Outsiders showed up in WCW, and
Mm-hmm.
then that was huge, and I was all about that. But we're talking before DX, so I was still seeing Stone Cold. I was getting excited there. Then we got the Outsiders
Mm-hmm.
hitting, and I'm getting excited about that. And the beginnings of NWO was great. I think they kind of lost me when they were bringing in, I don't know, 37 members, and
Oh man,
we now have
there's so
Virgil.
many. Yeah, so many guys.
Yeah. Um, but I was also having a lot of fun with what DX was doing. And so that kind of stuck around. And then the second that DX went from just the two guys with Hunter
Yeah,
and Sean, and then you also had China in the mix
yeah.
to
That's
Sean's out with an injury, and you got four of them, and it was like, oh, this could be interesting too. That was fun as well.
oh yeah, it was fun. So we've been talking about AEW and WWE. Do you ever watch like TNA, NXT, New
So
Japan?
right. So I don't have a whole lot of access to New Japan. I would watch more if I had it readily accessible.
Mm,
Um, but I haven't watched a bunch of TNA. I'll
mm,
catch some clips of kind of what's
yeah,
happening here and there, like if big title changes or big
yeah.
names are dropping in. Now, back in the day when TNA first started, before it became Impact Wrestling,
Mm-hmm.
that with the weekly Wednesday
Yeah,
pay-per-views,
yeah, yeah.
and yeah, watched quite a bit of that. That was fun. One of my favorite all-time matches is Christopher Daniels, uh, AJ Styles, and Samoa Joe
Yeah,
in
Samoa
that
Joe.
in that three-man match. That was insane.
Classic.
Oh, so good. But as far as watching some of the other stuff, I'll dabble with a little TNA here and there, a little bit of
Mm-hmm.
the Billy Corgan's NWA here
Yeah.
and there, but for the most part, and then whatever I can catch of New Japan. But then by the time I hop back on, most of the Bullet Club stuff had gone, and so
Yeah,
and
yeah.
this guy wound up sitting down for like 4 hours one Saturday, just binging all the Bullet Club I could find,
Are
finding out
you serious?
what. Oh yeah, oh yeah. One afternoon, I was like, that's it. I'm watching this. I'm figuring this out.
Wow.
And so I was just like, oh, I was binging
Yeah,
it like
there's
crazy.
a
Like,
lot of Bullet Club stuff.
yeah, I stumbled upon a few videos that were pretty lengthy that did like a history of the Bullet Club,
Yeah, yeah.
but then once you get to a point where you're like, ooh, and those two went at it. Oh, and that guy came on board. Then you got to go back and try and
Yeah, you
find
gotta go
some
back and watch it.
highlights and see
Yeah.
what's going on. Yeah, yeah. So that's
So
this guy.
yeah. So if you did watch it, Who was your favorite leader of the Bullet Club? Was AJ Styles, Kenny Omega, Finn
You know,
Balor,
I don't
Jay
know.
White talking to us?
That's hard to say. So that's hard to say. So Jay White was the guy that I love to hate.
Okay.
Something about him in when he was in Bullet Club when he first came on board and he wasn't as cut and chiseled
Yeah.
and he was clean shaven. He had that punchable face. He had that look on his face that
Yeah.
I just wanted to hit the guy. So he played that beautifully. And then now, I mean that guy's gold.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Um,
It is.
AJ Styles and Kenny Omega, hard to pick between those guys. And I haven't seen as much of Finn Balor as I would like,
Mm-hmm.
but man, what I have seen, that guy's
Oh
good.
yeah. Oh yeah.
So all those guys, I mean, they got the cream of the crop, and they're just like, hey, we get all the best guys that we just
I
happen to
know.
be
Yeah.
friends with, and just get together and
Yeah. Yeah.
be
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Man.
So love it.
Yes. Yeah. And we were talking about me and Josh were talking about. It's great to live in this era because every day you get to watch wrestling. That Monday Night Wrestling, Tuesday NXT, Wednesday is Dynamite, Thursday is TNA, Friday is SmackDown.
That's so awesome, and the fact that you mentioned that reminds me of um, when if we were to go back in time to when I was getting ready to start training for wrestling, it
Mm-hmm.
was it was insane. I did the math, and I was doing somewhere between 20 and 30 hours of wrestling a week of watching, and this is
Oh,
before AEW, before
oh
TNA.
wow.
Yeah, so I was getting, I was getting all the SmackDown, all the Raw. I was
Yeah.
getting all the WCW stuff of
Mm-hmm.
Monday night and Thursday night, and then I was also picking up on Saturday nights.
Yeah.
Uh, but then I could catch some if I was doing my job and paying attention, I could catch about 6 hours of lucha libre on the weekends
Oh wow.
on some random Spanish channel that I understood nothing on. But I was watching these guys from Ultimo Guerrero and Ray Bucanero to the Mystico before he
Yeah.
wound up becoming a big name. And I mean, some of that stuff and watching these guys do these things, it was it was crazy. And when Josh was training, he was sitting there, man, I got to come up with this new move or whatnot. I'm like, come here, I got you. And I'm turning on some lucha libre. I'm like, check this out, check that out. And he's like, ideas.
Yeah. There was a lot of wrestling.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, I asked Josh if he ever wrestled a big name, and he told me that while he was in there, there was a guy named Tyler Black,
Yep.
and now he's a big star at Seth Rollins.
Yeah. I remember the day that I met Tyler Black or Seth Rollins. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the day that I met him, gosh, we were doing a tag team gimmick or something, and we
Yeah.
wound up in a battle royal. This
Mm-hmm.
was an indie fed that we hadn't worked with a lot, but the guy that we did work with had negotiated some partnership thing. So it was sort of like a here, I'll loan you some of my guys, but I'm going to borrow some of your guys
Yeah.
later down the road, sort of scenario. So we showed up and we got this battle royal going on, and there was so many of us that had worked one another already
Mm-hmm.
so many times. We spent so much time just talking and shooting the breeze before the match. And I remember Tyler Black walking in. He walked around. He was very cordial, very polite, introduced himself to everybody. But then he kind of sat off to his own because he didn't really know anyone. Sat down and he just got his gear on, got ready, started warming up and everything. And they're like, "Okay, so who's going to eliminate who, what, and what?" And I'm like, "Dude, what do you want to do?" He's like, "How about I just put you up on the turnbuckle and I'll drop kick you off." All right. And that was the biggest experience. Afterwards, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. How'd everything feel? Felt great. Awesome. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
But it really stuck with me that this guy came in and he was very serious. He didn't joke around a lot, and I chalked it up to he didn't know too many people.
Yeah.
But as the time goes on, it registers that he was taking it serious, which is evident by the fact that was very focused about what he was there for and what he wanted to do, and then where he was going after that, which is then Ring of Honor, and
Yeah.
then moving on to NXT, and then moving on to
Yeah.
the main roster. And so the guy had his sights set on
Oh yeah.
this is my job. That is what it is. And that's what it was. We took it as on that day, we took it as, oh, we're hanging out with the buddies and we're gonna have a good time and we're gonna entertain some people. And he's like, oh no, it's time to punch the clock. Let's go. Let's get the job done. And gotta respect that. It got him where he is now.
Oh yeah, look at he won the Money in the Bank for the second time, so
Should have planned that one. I should have known it. I think that was one of those. I'm like, I don't think it's gonna be him, and it was him.
yeah.
I should have known.
But Josh said that he thought that Tyler Black wouldn't make it because he was, when you guys saw him, he was like really, really skinny and not buff.
Yeah. He wasn't muscular per se,
Yeah.
but he wasn't chubby. He wasn't out of shape by any means. I mean, he was definitely in shape, but yeah, he was just this tall, skinny kid that just was ready to do his thing. So,
but Josh said he was surprised when he showed up in Ring of Honor. It looked like he gained mass.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's like it was like we caught him when he was just starting to make his name on the indies a little bit. But then you fast forward to a year or two later, and with all that time and being in the gym and whatnot and taking it that serious, yep, I totally expected him to put on some muscle. So, yeah. And then Josh calling me up and saying, "Hey, guess who's in Ring of Honor?"
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah.
Tyler Black. What?
But yeah, anyway, Josh told me that he had a tryout with TNA and ROH.
Yeah.
But something happened with the bookers that screwed him over.
Oh. Okay.
I'm not sure if you heard that.
Not a story that I'm familiar with.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have to call up Josh and say, "Hey, dude, you got story time now. Let's go. Tell me what's happening."
He said he got screwed over because he did something, but he doesn't know what he did. But the bookers thought he did something.
Oh, I don't know. But that was a time that I was not being a good boy.
Okay.
I had one too many beers on one too many occasions.
Okay. I asked about because I wanted to ask you: have you ever had a chat with a big
No, I haven't. It was one of those things that I just don't think that I took it as seriously as I should have.
Okay.
I was approaching it more, and I guess I got to take that back. I didn't take it as serious from the business standpoint
Mm-hmm.
of trying to seriously make a name, seriously try to get out. I was looking more of, hey, how do I do a better job with what I have? How do I get steal the show? How do I do something on this show to make sure that the crowd that in attendance leaves talking about me? That
Mm-hmm.
sort of thing. That was
Yeah.
the approach that I had, as opposed to um, what what am I doing with this 6 months from now? I was just
Mm-hmm.
looking to the next show, to the next show, to the next show, and that was something that I did at fault. Again, was not taking it near as seriously as I should, and um, had some extracurricular activities that I was more interested in at the time.
Okay.
So the after shows are a thing, and I was more
Really?
interested in, hey, who's here? What's going on, dude? Hey, how's it going? That sort of thing.
Wow.
I was making friends and making enemies because
I mean,
I'm I'm the heel of the brothers. If you haven't figured out.
yeah, I love heels. I love heels.
Yeah.
They're more entertaining than the faces.
Sometimes, yes, sometimes we are.
Yeah, look at Seth Rollins right now.
Right? I mean, that guy's making a living at it. He's doing good.
Yes, he
Fellow
is.
Iowa boy.
Yes, he is. He is.
Yeah.
So,
Speaking of,
yeah, go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No,
Oh,
go
I was
ahead.
just gonna say we got Seth, who's a fellow Iowa boy, like Josh and I, and then I see is that Reggie White on the wall
Yes,
back
it
there behind
is.
you? Oh, I love Reggie,
I'm a,
fellow cheesehead here.
I'm
So
a diehard Packers fan.
yeah, fellow cheesehead. Been a fan since years ago. I worked in a restaurant,
Okay.
and I had an assistant manager that when you got him started talking, he would not stop. You had to just walk away. Um, but he had a few main topics, um, and two main topics for him was Southern rock, so like Leonard Skinner and
Mhm.
Molly Hatchet and
Yeah,
things of that nature. And then the other thing was Green Bay Packers. And I heard more about the Green Bay Packers, and I was like, fine, I'm going to start watching the Packers and this new kid, Brett Favre, whatever that they got coming
yeah,
on.
well, yeah.
Yeah, next thing you know, I'm watching the Packers. I'm talking to Dustin about it. Dustin becomes a diehard Packers fan, and
Yeah.
boom, yeah, both cheeseheads for years. So yeah, my hat's off
Well,
to you.
so,
We're kindred spirits already, buddy.
so if you meet Dustin and Josh come do the group chat,
Yeah.
we gotta go after Josh. 'Cause he's the
Oh
only
yeah.
Bucky. He's the only
Oh yeah.
Bucky fan.
Oh yeah. We do it all the time. We do it all the time. And we always have the trump card. So he's sitting there and he's like, yeah, well, this season and that season and this and that. It's like, yeah, how many championships you guys win?
Yeah, no, yeah, yeah.
Oh, got it.
But so yeah, going back to
You were
that,
saying.
how did you feel when Favre went to the Vikings?
Man, I was
That was
so hurt. I was so hurt about that. I was like, you have how many teams to choose from? And this is
yeah, yeah.
the only thing that could have been worse than this would have been the Bears. What are you doing?
Oh
You're
yeah, yeah, yeah,
killing
yeah.
me. No.
Yeah, and that year he beat the Packers twice.
Yeah. Yeah. And
It was like,
after you spend that much time watching a guy play and
Yeah.
rooting for him,
Yeah.
part of you wants to root for him, but when he's facing your team,
Oh.
that's
Oh.
oh, that's brutal. That's just no, can't do it. And then
And all these years later, Aaron Rodgers went to the Jets.
oh my gosh. And then he goes to the Jets, and I was okay with that.
Yeah.
But I was like,
I was okay
so
with
help
that.
me. So help me. If you pull a Brett Favre and go to the Vikings, we're done. I'm done with you, buddy.
There was a rumor that Aaron wanted to go to the Vikings,
I know.
but the Vikings told Aaron, we're good. We got JJ McCarthy.
Yeah. Nah. We're good.
So how do you feel? How is he going to do with the Pittsburgh Steelers?
I don't know. So we've got a good friend of ours that that we knew from the wrestling as well. Actually, a couple of them that they go to some of the Steelers games every so often. One, I actually our buddy John, shout out to Havoc. I invited him over to my place the year that the Packers faced the Steelers in the Super Bowl and won.
Okay.
And then we won.
Yeah.
And so I kind of rubbed it in his nose a little bit.
Oh, wow.
So, well, I mean, you got to. I mean, your buddies, you got to rub it in their nose.
Yeah,
but, I'd be curious to pick his brain and say, hey, so what's up with Rodgers now? What's going on? You know, just to see what his take is. That would be funny.
Actually, this upcoming season, the Steelers are coming to Lambeau.
Okay.
So
yeah, no way I'm going to get tickets, but I'm definitely going to be watching.
Yeah,
I'm definitely going to be watching.
But let me ask you this: Do you think that Packers crowd will boo Aaron Rodgers or just cheer for Aaron Rodgers?
I don't know. That's hard to say. So there's that love-hate relationship going on right now with it, because I think he may get cheered coming out of the tunnel.
Okay.
But whenever he does anything, I think he's going to get booed. I think they're going to be like, "Hey, welcome back." All right, now it's on.
Yeah, I think that's going to happen too.
Just my hot take.
But it should be a good game.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I have two last questions here.
Shoot.
Do you have any advice for other people that do what we do on YouTube?
I got to thinking about this. I would say the two things that I would say is, one, make sure that whatever you're doing, you have a passion for, because you're going to be doing it a lot. I may enjoy making a dinner for my kids, but I am not going to be the guy to make a channel about cooking or about food, because I'm not so passionate about it that I can just talk on the fly and have fun with it. And if you have something that you're passionate of talking about, then it's going to be fun. The reason why most people tend to gear towards this is because they don't like the regular 9 to 5, or it's not working for them.
Yeah.
And most 9-to-5s, people don't want to talk about it. Hey, what do you do for a job? No.
Yeah.
No, I don't care about that. What are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about the pack. We're going to talk about wrestling. What's up? Yeah. Talk about Marvel movies and how bad they've gotten, or about how excited we are for the new Superman, or what? What is it? What are we going to talk about?
Don't get me started on that.
That's another episode.
Yeah.
But I would also give the advice of be consistent and hang in there, because there's going to be those episodes that you're like, oh, this one's gonna be a bang, this one's gonna wind up, it's going viral, and you're gonna have like 3 views,
Yeah.
and they're all gonna be you checking to see if it's still working. And then you're going to have another one where you're just kind of relaxed and just going, and then all of a sudden that one starts to do better than the rest of them.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh. So case in point, when we first started doing some videos, we were doing just weekly talk about the wrestling business. Talking about what's happening in the Fed, what's happening in AEW, what's going on. Then we started doing some predictions of upcoming pay-per-views or PLEs. And then we were doing reviews of those and what we thought happened and everything. And some people were watching. Most people were not. And then we started doing some of these Guess the Wrestler, and they were a little bit more relaxed and a little bit more fun for us. And they started taking off, and people started liking it. And so it's like, oh, so this is what they want us to do.
Yeah.
Okay. This is fun. Let's go.
That's good advice. Really good advice.
I hope so.
And the last question, it might be selfish, but is there any way that I can join you guys in a game?
I think we should do that. I think I was talking to Josh a little bit today, and I think he had mentioned, hey, we got to figure out some time that we can get Jen to join us on an episode or 2.
Yeah, he said he's on board. I should ask you.
Sweet.
If you're on board.
I'm on board. Let's go.
Permission.
I'm sure he'll have no problems. Although he may be like, what? I got to compete against somebody else too? Man.
I compete against you guys anyways when I watch your videos.
Do you win more than he does, or do you win more than I do, or?
I lose. I lose every time.
Oh.
I lose it at the wager.
You know what? The wager is my secret. Because Dustin likes to go all in.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. So, yeah. But yeah, I really appreciate your time. It was fun. It was fun talking to you.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure of mine.
I hope we can do it again.
Yes. Soon. And we'll talk about those Marvel movies too.
Oh, God. Don't. If you get me started on Marvel movies, we're going to go for like 4 or 5 hours.
Ooh, it'll be a new series.
Yeah. Yeah, a new series.